A statue of Caesar was put up in the Forum displaying 23 stab wounds. The gathering crowd set fire to it and caused significant damage to nearby structures. Mark Antony gathered the Senate 2 days later and agreed to spare the assassins' punishment, but all of Caesar's decisions would remain in place. He sought to prevent division in the government following Caesar's death. However, the outcome was not what the conspirators expected, as Caesar's death ultimately led to the collapse of the Roman Republic. The Roman working class, who held Caesar in high regard, were outraged that a few nobles had taken his life. If you want to know more content about stories, subscribe to the channel and comment in the comments on which topic you would like to watch. Antony attempted to exploit the Roman public's grief and intimidate the Optimates, with the aim of seizing control of Rome. However, he was taken aback when Caesar named his great-nephew Gaius Octavius as his only heir, bestowing upon him the powerful name of Caesar and making him one of the wealthiest citizens in the Republic. Upon hearing of Caesar's death, Octavius left his studies in Apollonia and traveled across the Adriatic to Brundisium. He became Gaius Julius Caesar Octavian and inherited the loyalty of much of the Roman population. Despite being only 18 years old at the time of Caesar's death, Octavian demonstrated impressive political acumen and consolidated his position as Antony faced Decimus Brutus in the first round of the new civil wars. Initially, Antony did not view Octavius as a significant political threat because of his youth and lack of experience, but Octavius quickly gained the support of Caesar's allies and followers. After their victory at Philippi, Antony and Octavian divided the Roman world between them, with Antony taking control of the eastern territories, including Egypt, and Octavian controlling the western territories, including Rome. Antony's relationship with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, caused tensions with Octavian, and the two eventually declared war on each other in 31 BC. The Battle of Actium, fought in September of that year, marked the decisive moment in the war and ended with Octavian emerging as the victor. Antony and Cleopatra both committed suicide following the battle, leaving Octavian as the sole ruler of the Roman world. Octavian, who would later become known as Augustus, went on to establish the Roman Empire and became its first emperor. He ushered in a period of stability and prosperity, known as the Pax Romana, which lasted for over 200 years. Augustus' reign marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of imperial rule, a turning point in Roman history. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest statesmen in history, and his reign set the stage for the growth and expansion of the Roman Empire. The events surrounding Caesar's death and the formation of the Second Triumvirate had far-reaching consequences for the Roman world. The end of the Republic and the rise of Augustus marked a significant shift in the power structure of Rome and set the stage for centuries of imperial rule. After the elimination of Lepidus, the triumvirate became increasingly fragile and was marked by personal tensions and rivalries. Antony and Octavian, in particular, held a deep mutual dislike, with Antony spending much of his time in the east while Octavian stayed in Rome. In 36 BC, a dispute arose between Octavian and Lepidus over the distribution of land after the defeat of the Sicilian revolt, led by Sextus Pompey. Octavian accused Lepidus of attempting to rebel and of usurping power in Sicily, which led to Lepidus being stripped of all his offices except Pontiff Maximus and exiled to Circeo. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to always be notified when a new video comes out on the channel and help the community grow. Antony, on the other hand, married Cleopatra, the former mistress of Julius Caesar, with the intention of using the wealth of Ptolemaic Egypt to exert power over Rome. This decision sparked another civil war between Octavian and Antony and Cleopatra, which was resolved in 31 BC with the defeat of the latter at the Battle of Actium. Octavian pursued Antony and Cleopatra to Alexandria, where both eventually committed suicide in 30 BC. With the defeat of Antony and Cleopatra, Octavian emerged as the sole ruler of the Roman world, which led to the establishment of the Principality and the first Roman emperor in 27 BC.